Hello guys, this is RM Productions, aka Nana4673, and I am back in The Lady's Choice. I did not plan to record, just kinda happened. It's way too late to be recording, but for some reason my tiredness has not reached me, and I am feeling rather giggly. So I thought, why not date Captain Blake then? He seems like a gentleman. Well, dinner party it is. Oh god, I forgot all of the voices. And I recorded yesterday and I forgot. Lovely. I think the dinner party would be best. I am in complete agreement. I wonder why that would be. To be one of the Lady Huntington's events will put us in the best of society for the season. There are but a few who will get invited to such events, so snubbing her invitation would have been unwise. Though I also shall admit I do hope so. The Colonel asks me to dance again. Her bright, warm smile seems to encase her entire body. What of your engagement? The warmness dissipates for her for a moment, her smile faltering a little. Yes, well, the words trail as her mood does. I shall inform Johnson of our intentions. Lady Huntington should not have kept waiting. She stands from her place and rushes from the room, clutching the invitation to her as if it were made of gold. Well, that was fast. You changed your mind? That evening we arrive at the event rooms for the dinner party hosted by Lady Huntington. Huntington it is, actually, not Huntington. The room is bustling with people, but nowhere near the mass that had crowded into the assembly rooms the day before. Oh, what a fine crowd! Indeed, it would seem Lady Huntington, God damn it, really does pick and choose her company carefully. Our words are cut short as a familiar figure strides through the crowd to greet us. You really do need to clean your skin a little though, darling. Those are not freckles. You look old. But then again, it is rare to see visual novel characters who actually look old, like properly old, and not just quick wrinkles drawn under the eyes. I'm not gonna call any names because I can't really come up with any, but I've seen it a lot. We give polite courtesies, though once again Lady Huntington does not. She snaps her fan shut and glances over us for a long moment. How delightful that you can attend this event, Lady Ashburn, Miss Goodwell. Though I do not believe that an invitation from me should ever be rejected. Though she addresses us both, her narrowed gaze remains fixed on me. We came to enjoy familiar... Oh god. Let's just be nice. We were honored to be invited by you. My Lady Huntington. She's called Lady Huntington because it sits in my brain now. I smile politely, holding her gaze, which seems to flicker away at my reply. She waves her hand before her as though batting away an annoying insect. Yes, as she should be. She turns to leave, glancing back at us momentarily before she goes. Please do make yourself known to the other guests, Miss Goodwell. I am certain you will find some most eager to make an acquaintance. Then she wanders through the crowd before we can make any chance to speak. What did she mean by such a thing? Arabella turns to me, a mix of curiosity and confusion on her features. Are you expecting to meet someone this evening? Not that I am aware. Give me but a moment, I shall inquire if there's someone here that has hopes of meeting you. Before I have a chance to reach out and stop her, Arabella darts into the crowd, something I'm quickly growing familiar with. I'm left standing alone for a few moments before I notice a bright familiar face struggling through the melee towards me. Oh boy. Miss Goodwell, Good evening, Miss Witter. We both drop into small courtesies before the girl sidles closer to me, excitement radiating from her. Oh, Miss Goodwill, I have such gratitude to give you. What could you possibly mean? I've been tasked with giving introductions to you by our host's most eligible son. Such a man would not even pass me a glance if he had not seen that we had spoken at the opening season ball. Come. She curls her arm into mine and begins leading me to one of the other rooms in the event hall. There are fewer people here, the music fading a little so as the chatter grows louder. Only a few men slump on armchairs, a choking fog descending from their pipes. One of these men stands out for the smoky plumes and saunters in before us. Lord Huntington, may I present Miss Faye Goodwill? So that's what the old lady meant. I look at him, and I see a douchebag. I am sorry to judge by appearances, but he's probably a douchebag. He bends into a stiff bow, and I give a polite courtesy. Miss Witter grasps my arm a little tighter to whisper to me, even though I'm certain her excited words are audible enough for Lord Fuck your name! Sorry, that had to come out at some point. Huntington to hear. He asked to be introduced to you specifically. Oh, how I wish to have caught the intention of such a man. I offer an awkward smile to Lord Huntington, his face contorting slightly at her words. He looks down his nose at Miss Witter. Introductions have been made. You may leave. Miss Witter's face drops, but she does not hesitate. She hesitates, she does not, before sulking away back into the bulk of crowds. Oh god, I'm sorry, I'm being silly. But my tongue likes tying itself into knots, it seems. I've heard much praise of your family, Miss Goodwill. It is good to meet the heir to it. His words catch my attention again, and I turn to find him standing a little closer. What the fuck is going on in the background? I'm sorry, I can't turn the volume up, I think, but... Someone is making like some noises. I don't know what to make of that. Maybe they got too much to drink. Maybe someone is having a very fun time in the corner. I don't know. Oh well. I'm sure that, like your mama, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance as well. I'm gonna be polite. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance as well, sir. Though I admit, having just arrived in town, I do not know much of your family. Well, I hope you shall come to know it quite well. His sudden close leering makes my smile falter, but I do my best to remain unfazed. I clear my throat a little, I glance around the room. You have quite the gathering tonight, Lord Huntington. It is good of your family to host such an event in honor of the military. His smile fades, replaced with stiff tension. Yes, Mother is keen to show her support. As we all should be. He doesn't respond, though he straightens himself further. I try to break the silence, of the awkwardness of it weighing against me, and I've yet not found an excuse to leave. Yours is the first introduction I've had tonight, so I thank you for that. He flickers his gaze to mine, the quick action making me flinch. Well, I only wish to be of benefit, Miss Goodwill. And being in my company shall open up many avenues of society to you. His hand suddenly darts out, rubbing his long, cold fingers around mine. See, I had a hunch, and I followed it through. He's not nice. I shall make it my duty to open myself to you at all the events we encounter each other, which I'm sure will be most all of them. My eyes widen further as he brings up my hand to kiss it. Such an act is quite a declaration in the middle of a public event. I dart my gaze around the room, thankful that so few people are paying attention to us. I'm sorry. The sounds in the background, I cannot take them seriously. Like, it's, it's
in the quietness when I'm like the wheels are turning in my brain and I'm thinking about what I should choose, and then I just hear I can't. It's just I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I told you I was in a giggly mood and I really apologize for it. I am a lady. And it is my choice. I love the name of the game. Like it's fun. It's like it because put the words together in your brain before you speak, Nana. Because there are actually a lot of choices in the game, not just romanceable choices, like real choices that give different reactions and, as far as I can see, different outcomes in the future. And I love it when it does that, even though it's kind of terrifying as well. I'm gonna be a safe scummer first of all. And then I'm gonna do this. Before I can make contact, I yank my hand away and wave through the crowd as though spotting someone I know. Lord Huntington glances over his shoulder with a confused frown. I do apologize, I noticed a friend of mine just arriving. He does give a smile, though it seems a little forced, as though the expression is not one he's used to giving. Well, good evening, Mr. Goodwill. He gives a sharp bow before leaving, passes his gaze over me. He glances the same way as someone might inspect an ornament, to see if it will fit in a glass cabinet. When he finally disappears from sight, I let out a long breath. The pompous air in which the man carried himself and the treatment of Miss Wither is exactly the kind of behavior that made me leave the society in the first place. I'm so thankful to spot Arabella making her way over to me. I see you had the pleasure of introductions with the Lady Huntington's son. I'm not sure I would call it a pleasure. You may wish to act with care around the man from now on, Fay. I've overheard Lady Huntington speaking of her son's intentions in securing a wife. Is he not incredibly wealthy and well-titled? I am surprised at your caution. You should not jest about such a thing. Many men are buffoons, but I do not believe he is such. He has been waiting for his chance to head his family, and he has developed rather callous and calculating reputation whilst doing so. I am sure he has little interest in taking on someone such as me, Arabella. I am barely known, and that may be exactly why he has taken interest. You dismiss your family, wealth, and connections far too easily. She suddenly smiled from all her worry. But I shall not bore you with this talk any longer. We are here to find merriment, and merriment we shall have. We wander from the smoke-filled room back into the one we originally entered. Oh God, I couldn't take that background noise. It is hard to act like a lady when people are sounding weird in the background. I have a long way to go, it seems. I do know how to sip tea, though. I am gonna pour myself another cup. And now I am gonna sip. I don't understand people who don't like tea. It is so calming. Oh well. The atmosphere is once again more cheery with loud chatting and bouts of laughter. Look here! Arabella gestures through the crowds, and I notice a flash of a bright red uniform. It is Captain Blake, pulling himself far out of the crowd as he seems to be able to, a stiff, uneasy tension on his face. The poor man looks as though he hopes the wall will swallow him up whole. Indeed, he does not look comfortable in the crowd. Maybe he just does not know the company. She moves towards the man before I can speak, and I follow her towards him. As we approach, the captain spouts up and straightens himself further. We draw to a stop in front of him, and he bows deeply. Good evening, ladies. I forgot his voice. We bob a courtesy, and Arabella instantly moves closer. We saw that you did not seem comfortable, Captain Blake, and thought it might be due to lack of familiar company. It is only the abundance of so much company that makes me unsteady, I assure you. I smile, and his gaze shifts to meet mine. And you have not any friends with you this evening? Arabella glances about the immediate No other officers? Blake cannot even hold back the small smile at her obvious inquiries. Foxley! The man shouts through the crowd, catching the attention of a tall colonel mixed with the other officers nearby. Arabella's face lights into a wide smile, and the colonel quickly strides upon seeing her. Lady Arabella. She almost vibrates with excitement at his correction to use her first name. Miss Goodwill. We exchanged formalities. What is it like to see you here? You as well, Colonel. I began to worry we would not see you. I had the same concern, did I not, Blake? It is true he has spoken most evening about your absence. Oh? The man clears his throat, his cheeks burning red. Oh, aren't those two just the cutest? I hope they get together. You can do it! Well, Come now, Colonel, let's fetch us a drink. Arabella curls her arm into the colonel's, his flustered mass of words growing even more so at her touch. The two slowly disappear into the crowd. They are so cute together! Holy shit! Excuse my language. I am a lady! Oh, it's hard to be a lady. I stand beside the captain, a silence radiating between us, his stiff tension once again returned. I begin to speak, hoping to entice him into conversation to dispel the awkward quiet. Alright, let's get... Okay, we can either, like, go really, like, kind of friendly. We can get a smile out of that, of course. I do want to know about him, so let's try this. You do not look as though you wish to attend tonight's gathering. He looks at me for a moment before glancing back to the crowds. You are mistaken. I did wish to come tonight. He falls silent once again. I wait for him to continue, but he doesn't. Well, that's good. I shift my weight a little, but as I do, I fortunately manage to catch Lord Huntington's eye. He begins slithering his way through the crowd towards me, and a sudden panic seizes my being. Before I'm able to devise a plan of retreat, the man comes and stands before us. That was very awkward. Let's try something else, and hopefully not Mead. Arabella and Colonel certainly seem to get along well. He glances at me for a moment before fixing his gaze. Oh my god. You are rather difficult. Alright, it's difficult to remember everyone's names. At the gathering, is it not? I give a small laugh, when he does not return. He glances at me before... I only give effort to remembering the names of those I care to. He falls silent. I wait for him to continue, but he doesn't. You are hard to please. Are you enjoying bath? Flicks his gaze to mine, holds it for a moment, then looks back at the crowd. As busy as expected, falls silent. Wow, it's really hard to see what the fuck he wants, okay? I'm sorry. I'm a lady. Damn it. Oh my god. Alright. Which do you think? Nana, I'm talking to myself. Damn it. Oh bother. Oh jeepers. Wow. Okay, let's just take the safe option. Yes, I believe they do. But he doesn't. I shift my eye a little on bloody Huntington. He stands up before us. Oh my god, I hate this guy. He reminds me of someone. I don't remember who, but that face reminds me of something. I can't remember what, but not something nice. I adorn my best forced smile as he bows, and I notice he completely ignores the captain beside me. Miss Goodwill, it seems that you are not being well tended. I will correct this with my own esteemed company. A turn about the room, perhaps. The fact that a man such as myself has chosen you to walk with will not go unnoticed, I promise. Oh, Lord Huntington, how thoughtful, but... I glance about, desperately hoping to think of an excuse. My gaze can only find the captain, stating as though as he has not noticed Huntington's presence.
I'm afraid I'm actually already engaged in great conversation with the captain here. It's only now the captain glances toward us, though I cannot help but think he overheard everything already. I swallow hard, widening my eyes, hoping he will understand. For a long moment he simply looks at me, before turning to Lord Huntington and shuffles a little closer beside me. The lady is correct. She is already occupied at the present. A heavy silence falls between the two men, so heavy I almost forget that there are other people in the hall. Lord Huntington, this is Captain Blake. Oh, yes, I've heard of you. The military's charity case. Huntington gives a sharp laugh. A simple trader's boy raised to the rank of a captain. You do well to show your respect to your betters, Captain. That false rank can easily be stripped away and given to someone more deserving. The captain's anger is instantly flooded by uncertainty, his one tall frame hunching a little. The reaction pulls a pleased smile from Huntington.
This is so dangerous, but fuck it!
The rank of captain has to be earned, unlike other people's titles. I flick my sharp gaze to Huntington, who obviously understands my remark was intended for him. The captain straightens myself at my words, standing once again tall and proud. He offers his arm out to me, which I take, and we head off about the edge of the room. When we can no longer see Huntington, Blake looks at me, a smile brightening his handsome features. I am grateful for your intervention, Miss Goodwell. You're welcome, Captain. It is a few moments before I speak the question that hangs in the air between us. So, you were not born into this society? He glances away, and I can feel his arm beneath mine tense. I was not. Suddenly his uneasiness at the gatherings makes sense. No wonder he seems so out of place. He suddenly draws to a stop, withdrawing his arm from mine. My promotion into this world has only been recent, as many know. As such, I will understand if you should prefer to return to the better-known company. I will decide my company based on my decision. I shall decide which company to keep based on my own decision, not what others think. He's quite obviously surprised by my response before it drops into a smile. That is a rare mindset for someone of your class. An unfortunate thing, I assure you. If more people had their own minds instead of being so swayed by the opinion of others, society would be much better for it. I cannot argue with you on that. We smile at each other, and for a moment I find I cannot look away from his gaze. The attention makes my skin heat, and I flinch at a loud giggling erupt near us. I glance to the side and find Arabella and the colonel making their way towards us, both of them laughing and smiling. Thank you again for your intervention, with Lord Huntington. The captain's word draws my attention back to him, as though he speaks in a hushed manner. As I thank you with your help with him also. Let's hope it's all we shall hear from the man. Our mutual gratitude is cut short as the laughing couple finally arrive beside us. Faye, you will not believe the conversation we just had. From what I can tell, it's been a most amusing one. It indeed was. Arabella is a most delightful companion. For talking and conversing, she is a most wonderful speaker. You flatter me too much, Colonel. The rather obvious flirtatious passing between the pair is nearly enough to make me blush. Foxley snaps himself from staring at Arabella, turning to his fellow officer with a smile. And what of you, Blake? I notice you already involved yourself this evening. The captain glances off to the side, obviously a little uncertain of his friend's teasing. I do enjoy these events too, Foxley. Well, you could have fooled me. I assume the officers will be attending most of the events this season. A frown settles on Foxley's brow. I'm afraid the regiment will be leaving tomorrow. Oh, you must be jesting with us, Colonel. I wish it was so, but there are no suitable lodgings for a unit to remain. Surely there must be a bit of accommodation somewhere in town. We'd hoped there would be, but the season is very busy. A sombre quiet falls over the group, and I can't help but a pang of disappointment that settles in my stomach, even more so when I glance to the side to meet Blake's eye, the same expression upon his face. It means we'll have to make the most of tonight's good company.
His words cut through our gaze, and I glanced away, my skin suddenly a little heated. "You're quite right, Colonel." He smiles brightly over the group, before offering an arm to Arabella, leading her away. "Shall we?" My brows curve in surprise as he holds an arm out towards me. I smile warmly and wrap my hand around his arm, the material of his uniform soft against my skin. For a moment I think I see him swallow hard, but he clears his throat and leads me on towards where Arabella and the Colonel disappeared. The rest of the evening passes much quicker than any of us would like. We spent the whole time in each other's company, even Captain Blake beginning to smile more often and join in. Lord Huntington passes the group a few times, eyeing me closely, and though I do my best to ignore him, he continues to try to catch my attention. When the night draws to a close, Blake and Foxley offer to escort us home. I like the hats. I know it's not seasonally, historically appropriate, but still, they're kind of funny. Sorry. By the way, couldn't we just like invite the officers? Don't we have like an entire estate? I don't know, maybe that I'm wrong, but couldn't we just invite them there? That'd be kind of cool. Okay. I do like the detail they put into this. There are a lot of sprites. It's not just the friend and the three guys that you know. There's actually like other people, like Lord Huntington and the Lady Huntington and all kinds of people, really. It's really cool. I like it. With our laughter echoing around us as we walk, we finally draw to a stop outside the house. Must your regiment truly leave, Colonel? I'm afraid so, as much as I would wish it otherwise. They fall quiet, gazing at each other for a long moment. It's hard not to feel as though I'm interrupting something. Blake obviously feels it too, and we turn to face the other way as though something caught our interest. I confess I found myself less eager to leave this town than I had been. Oh, I thought you'd be eager to forego the social engagements that being in town brings. That would be true if it was not for the company I shared tonight. His smile falters as though only now realizing what he says. What I mean to say was... Don't falter on speaking your mind. Do not falter on speaking your mind, Captain. I shall certainly not hold back in doing so. His uncertainty shifts into an unreadable expression for a moment before he smiles. Some of your status should be used to speaking their own mind. It shall be a new experience for me. I suppose you must leave then. Can I, get a better choice? I agree with you, Captain. I could not have asked for better company tonight. Okay, I think this is better. He looks back at me, and I smile at him, his uncertainty settling. There are not as many of your status who would admit to such. I'm glad you seem much different than your peers. I suppose I must leave then. Arabella's voice cut through the air, shaking me from my conversation with the captain. I'd almost forgotten we were still in company. Foxley gives a nod, and Arabella slowly removes her hand from his arm. I do the same with Blake, though I notice he extended his arm as though to keep my hand on it for a while longer. He quickly shifts himself straighter, clasping his hands behind him. I truly hope we meet again. As do we, Colonel. They give deep bows, Blake catching my gaze as he stands. The officers linger for a moment, before striding down the dim-lit street. Well, I am not going to pretend I shall not be saddened by their absence. I smile at her as we turn to head inside, hoping it will lift her spirits a little. You and the Colonel certainly seems to become fast friends. I do not believe I was the only one to make such. But I suppose it matters little now, though the rest of the season will definitely be a little more dull. We head inside, to bed, the excitement from the evening and the solemn goodbye draining what little energy I had left. Alright, I think it will be a good time to end the episode here. I will see you in the next one. I've been having fun. It is 11:45, and I think I am gonna go make some mac and cheese. This is what my Friday evening is. I would say that I usually do more on Fridays, but I don't. This is just what I do. It has been fun though. I had a lot of fun acquainting myself with the young guy, with the guy, with that guy. Sorry, it's not funny, but it is funny. I will see you guys in the next episode, whatever I make, and goodbye.